time to meet an adoptable pet from the Humane Society of Washington County. It's the Pawcast on our live 96.7 social streams, sponsored by Central Dogma, a healthy place for pets naturally. Here's Ryan Smetzer.
Well, good morning, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Pawcast. I'm Ryan Smetzer, and as always, each and every week we feature an amazing adoptable pet from the Humane Society of Washington County. Thanks to our friends over at Central Dogma, a healthy place for pets naturally, with locations in Hagerstown and in Frederick. Today, we've got a fabulous dog on the Pawcast by the name of Hazel. Good morning, guys, and good morning to Hazel, who is just kicking us off with the sweetest darn face in the world. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Hazel, who is already geared up and ready for Thanksgiving over here with this adorable bandana. Tell me a little bit about Hazel's story over here, because I know Hazel's got a little bit of a unique story and an adorable, just self right there.
Yeah, so you probably would not believe it from looking at her and certainly not from walking her. And I didn't even tell you this before we went live, but Hazel is 10 years old.
Wow.
She is 10 and she is a strong little mama. And we think she had a lot of babies. I mean, you can see what she looks like, but she is a strong, sweet girl. And yes, she has a sad story because she came here. She's got some lumps like this one hanging off of her. That one had a string tied around it when she got here. She's got some masses in her mammary chain on both sides. So she's actually going to be having a double mastectomy, which I don't know that I've seen that happen here before. But when she gets spayed, they're going to do one side of her, and then after that heals, they'll do the other side of her. And they'll send them off and see if they're cancerous. Hopefully they're not. And so far it doesn't show any signs of having spread anywhere, so that's good. But the sad thing, I gotta cover her ears for this part. The sad thing is, even if it's successfully removed, she likely only has about a year to 3 years to live. So, of course, it could be more, it could be less, but we want to be upfront with anyone that is going to adopt Hazel, that she might not be around for a long time, but you can give her a good time and you can make the most of that time with her. And we don't want her to be spending that in a kennel. No senior dog should have to be here, especially one that's on, possibly limited time. And Hazel's such a sweet, sweet girl, very friendly. Unfortunately, she does need to be the only dog, so that kind of limits things for her. But there are plenty of people out there that, don't have dogs, or, are looking for one that really, really needs someone, a senior dog with, a medical diagnosis that they can help out have the best few years of life.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, as you mentioned, she's 10, but just has such a puppy energy to her, I think is the best way to put it, as like she's just kind of running around playing with her toys and just very curious and like exploring. Like she's just been running around the room even before we went on, jumping up on the, on the couch, looking out the window, and like, there's really no like active physical sign of like, oh man, like she has aged and she is worn down. Like, look at that. Like,
look how gentle.
she's
Right,
gentle,
you wouldn't know.
she's fun.
Yes, she looks great in a
Like,
bandana.
yeah, just a dog that's like, ready to have some adventures in those, those closing chapters there.
Yes, and look at those ears again. I mean, they stay up. Look at, can we see a little twofers there? Oh, adorable. So cute. She's been here a while. Yeah, and it's great that we are able to take care of those medical needs for her. That would be a big cost on an adopter, but we want her to be as healthy as possible and have as much time with her adopter as possible. So she can go home as foster, and we'll get her on the schedule for her spay and her mastectomies. And she can spend that time in the home and not here in the kennel where she's been for I think I want to say it's been over 80 days. It's been a while. She's been here a long time. And yes. And her adoption fee is sponsored. She's showing us a little too much right now. Her adoption fee is sponsored by Sheehy Super of Hagerstown through their Super Loves Pets initiative. So you can save that money that you would spend on adoption fee, get her, a wardrobe, some toys, treats, just give her the best life that she can have.
Amazing. I love it. And, obviously too, like, you've got those opportunities. And if somebody is interested in maybe, popping by to, stop in, ask some questions, go and visit with Hazel, hang out with her for a little while and, obviously see if maybe they're a perfect fit for her. How can they go about and, do that?
Just stop in. We are open today, our normal hours. We're open at 1 o'clock. We'll be closed tomorrow for Thanksgiving. But we'll reopen normal hours on Friday. But
Ooh.
she is in our dog adopt room and she is ready to meet people. And like I said, she's able to go as foster to adopt for approved adopters with certain conditions set up. But we did talk to our vet, and there's not any kind of long-term medical care that she will need once she has her surgeries. So that's a plus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, who wouldn't love a little Black Friday shopping where you finish up your Black Friday shopping and then you run in and you find a dog a forever home? I think that's a
Right.
perfect accomplishment on the day after Thanksgiving, right there.
She's having Thanksgiving right now. She found a Kong, and I don't think there's any distractor. She's even got peanut butter in her paws.
She's having her own pre-Thanksgiving feast at this current moment, and I am
Look at her.
loving every second of it. This is hilarious. This is
What are
incredible.
you? Yeah, we've lost her. She's completely into the Kong.
At least in this moment, we're not getting her hindquarters.
Yes,
just
thank
for
you.
for
And
the
I'm thankful
entirety.
for that.
Oh, that's amazing. And obviously too, you guys have a lot of great events coming up, as we, get back from Thanksgiving and we go into the holiday season. And then obviously after the holiday season, tell me a little bit about what you guys have coming up here over these next several weeks.
Yeah, so we are already doing pre-registration for the 2026 Polar Bear Plunge. So all of that is on our website. There's the option to register and get a t-shirt. You can start building your team, start hitting up your friends and family, asking them to sponsor you, donate to you. Maybe in lieu of a Christmas present, someone doesn't know what to get you. Hey, throw some money to my plunge. So that's going to be happening. That's, I believe, January 10th. I think we have a emergency date of the 11th if something happens. But that's already up on our website. There will be an announcement soon about an event at Warehouse Cinemas with the Grouchy Green Neighbors, so keep an eye out for that.
Nice.
And as always, we've got an adoption special going on right now through the end of the month, which is coming up. This is quite a pose. Which is coming up very soon. So only a few days left to adopt cats and kittens for $25. All dogs are $50, and of course, they all come spayed, neutered, vaccinated, and microchipped. So definitely come check them out. We've got a lot here. We've got a lot of cats in foster that are ready, and she must like that about cats in foster.
Yeah, I usually try to replicate the funny poses that our dogs and cats make on the podcast. This is not one I'm going to try.
No, you might crack some. It might be good for the back, or it might be bad for
Yeah,
the back. I
I
don't
might
really know.
I might land myself in HR. But this is quite the visual that we're getting from Hazel. Hazel, you are something. Again,
At least
I
right
mean,
this end.
you are getting entertainment when you're getting Hazel right here. So
Yeah.
I think this is amazing. You're getting a absolutely sweet, adorable pup who is full of personality, full of
Oh,
fun, and you're gonna get some
and be full of
adventures
peanut
right
butter.
there.
Yeah, she's great, and she's not. An older dog. There are lots of benefits to senior dogs, where you know who they are. Their personality is set. They're a little calmer than the puppies. They already know basic house training, and she's very self-sufficient. She's not, as you can see, the kind of dog that's up in your face, constantly demanding attention, crawling on you. She'll come to you when she wants the attention, but clearly she doesn't need it. She'll let you know when she wants it. And
Self-sufficient.
she really is. And she's clearly happy with just a Kong. Okay, now we're on the wrong end.
Yep. As
Okay.
she's like, I'm gonna go over here now. As
This isn't that kind of content, Hazel.
amazing. And remind us again one more time how they can go about learning more about Hazel or some of the other pets that you guys have over there.
Yeah, if you want to meet Hazel or any of our available animals that are here in the shelter, stop by today. We're open at 1 o'clock. We're open until 6, and then we'll be closed tomorrow. We'll reopen normal hours, 10 a.m. on Friday. And we have that adoption special going on to the end of the month, so Saturday, which will be $25 cats and kittens and $50 dogs. I do remember one more thing for December. Of course, starting December 1st, we will have our $25,000 match. So I know a lot of people like to wait for that to come up. And that'll be official starting December 1st. So any donation made up to $25,000 in the month of December will be matched dollar for dollar. You'll see a lot of posts. We'll be sharing some of our adopted animals from over the past year, and hopefully we get some donations to help more animals.
Amazing. I love it. As Hazel is just locked in on this call right now. You were like saying that, and I was just like, like just
I
vigorously
know.
locked.
So sorry to anyone wearing headphones.
Incredible. I love it. Amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Hazel. Hope you get snatched up so soon. You're definitely gonna.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Well, hey, guys, if you are interested in adopting Hazel or any of the other amazing adoptable pets from the Humane Society of Washington County, you can head on over to hswcmd.org or go follow them over on social media at hswcmd over on socials. We'll catch you again for another episode of the podcast coming up next week.